If you're a heat and air machine technician or even a salesperson, how do you deal with passive aggressive buyers and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Silverbell, coming to you live for HVAC technician sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. So here's the thing. It could very well be that you are dealing with a passive aggressive buyer, a difficult buyer, you fill in the blank. You really do need to have a game plan. Now, everybody has a bad day. Everybody has some level of skepticism towards repair people and salespeople. I get that. I'm talking about the person who thinks it's okay to make your life a living hell, and they're doing it out of the sake of control. They're doing it out of the sake of power. They're doing it because, I don't know, this is how they operate. And so I'm going to introduce you to a process that I use in my personal life and even in my business and consulting life. And here's what it comes down to. I will gently nudge and remind people what is appropriate and inappropriate for dealing with me. And so this comes down to vocal pitch and tone. This comes down to tonality. This comes down to body language. This comes down to timing. So if you're tired, if you're hungry, or if you're frustrated, you really need to be careful about what's going on. You really need to just take your breath and say, hey, we're going to pause here for a second, gather yourself, and then put your boundaries in place, right? So boundaries, if there was a body language sign internationally, it's hey, chill out, okay? So what I want to introduce you to is the green light, yellow light, red light boundary, okay? It's just one of the ways that I do it. Doesn't mean it's the only way. It's just the way that I organize information in my head. So let's say I'm on a consulting gig, and let's say I'm having a conversation with somebody, and they get really pushy. I may say something along the lines of, hey, time out, let's just reset here for a second how we can work together. And then put the boundary in place. Now, be aware that there are people on this planet that don't like that. They like to control things the way they like to control things, and because they like to control things, that's how they're going to interact. And so they may flip out. You can decide what to do from there. So let's say they agree to it. They're like, hey, Scott, totally screwed up, okay? Or they're like, whatever. Then a couple minutes later, they give pushback again. Yellow light, yellow flag, whatever way you want to explain it. Hey, just want to let you know the way that you're working with me is completely inappropriate. This is what I'm here to fix. This is what I'm here to have a conversation about. I will let you know this is not okay, okay? And go a little bit longer. They give some extreme pushback. They give some problems. I go, hey, you've raised 3 red flags at this point. Got to let you know at this point I'm out. Okay. Now, my way may not be exactly your way, and my way of saying it may not be the way that you do it. But here's what you need to know. Abusive situations in sales, abusive situations as a technician are not acceptable. They're not, right? There's money everywhere. Oren Clough wrote this book called Pitch Anything and Flip the Script. He wrote 2 books. And I heard him talk. I was on one of his live streams that I paid for, and he was like, hey, money is the cheapest commodity on earth. You can literally get it anywhere. And as soon as you can wrap your head around that, you can say, hey, I'm not going to put up with this in the way that you do it, okay? And right here is the reason why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel, which is an email publication, right? It's what it is, email publication, okay? So the reason I bring up this green light, yellow light, red light, or green flag, yellow flag, red flag situation is because nobody really teaches this. You know, there's this at the very top, the customer is always right. And then there's some kind of vague conversation about, yeah, what's going on here. But nobody really says, hey, it's your role and responsibility as a salesperson, as a technician, to set an agenda. This is the first way that you could do this. You can set an agenda. And the second way is to reinforce those boundaries. I'm here to help you, right? Remember, vocal pitch and tone matter, body language matters, the way that you interact, the timing that you have, all of this stuff really does take effect. And this is why you should role play these conversations. I am not saying go out and have them right now. Hey, I'm an expert. I watched one video from this Scott Silverbell dude, the bald guy with the great hairline, right? No, you should really practice setting some boundaries. Hey, look, the way that you're treating me is completely inappropriate. I'm here to help, right? There are going to be times where people are stressed out, people are hungry, people are tired. They don't realize that they're doing it to you. Okay, have the conversation, set the green flag, the green light boundary, right? Cool, I get it. We screwed up because I have my moments too. I'm not always the easiest person to get along with. And sometimes people have to remind me, hey, Scott, you're being a jerk. Oh, shoot. I didn't even know that. Didn't even know. Please forgive me. I won't do it again. Okay. And then on the far end of the spectrum, all the way over here, you got the person that is the a-hole supreme. That's a technical term, just so you know. A-hole supreme. Be aware. Be aware. Be aware. Be aware. Like, you really need to get good at setting some boundaries and having those conversations, because nobody's talking about this in the world of sales. Nobody's talking about this in the world of consulting. I literally wrote an entire book on it. You got one of 3 things to do from here. Just one of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.